Hello, everybody. This is Amby and Jeanette with AJ's Personal Touch and Amby Crafts Reads, and we're doing AKA tonight, AKA Crafting Talk, and Kaylin will be here soon, and we're gonna try and talk tonight about the importance of crafts and or arts and crafts. I got it wrote on my paper wrong. I wrote crafts and art and everything, so if anybody comes in, as you're coming in, tell us what's on your hook and in your cup. In your
Yeah. And remember, we're doing the important.
cup.
We're doing the importance and the benefits of
Yes,
art
important and benefit. Yeah.
because they overlap in some instances, in other instances they don't. So
Yes. So
so let's wait a couple minutes, see if we get some people in.
yeah.
And Kaylin should be here soon, like you said. I don't know. I've got
Yes.
two different cups. I've got tea in one, and I have my vitamins in the other.
Okay. I've got water in my Yeti that I love so much.
I would love to have one of those. And then I
I
have
know.
my baby blanket on my hook that I'm almost done with.
And it's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're
Took me long
welcome.
enough. This is one of those I had to pick up and put down, and it's taken over a year. So,
Yeah.
actually, a year and a half now.
I'm trying to get my two color gradient Afghan done. I haven't gotten it out yet. It's in my bag I showed on the channel from that I got off of Amazon. Well, that my sister got off Amazon for me. It was on my wish list.
Mm-hmm.
And here's Kaylin. Hold on one second. Add to stream. Hi.
Hey, Kaylin.
So, what you got going on? What's on your hook and in your cup? In your cup and on
Something
your
I
hook. Why
frog.
can't I get it right? Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna make yet, but I frogged it because I didn't like what I was trying to make,
Okay.
and I got tea in my cup.
Cool.
Cool.
That is completely fine. And today, when I went to Kroger, we bought our first. I got our first two things of coffee for our Keurig, and they
Woohoo!
barely had any creamer. They did. The creamer was so scarce.
I, I don't know. I know that when I was doing my grocery list last Saturday, and I was looking for things, it said that my creamer was out of stock that I get, but my husband still brought some home. So I don't know if they restocked it between the night before and that morning or what. But he said that, yeah, it's harder to find all
I
of
don't
them.
know. I don't know. But the kind that my sister uses at her friend's house when she stays over there or when she babysits the kids is they didn't have that. They or whatever. So I guess they're
You got
out
the mug
in
back
a lot
here?
of places.
I'm
But
putting it in.
I see we got our first person here, and
Woohoo!
that is Grammy
No, go
Colleen
ahead.
Crochet. She said, "Hello, happy hooking and crochet hugs to all. Are you better, AJ? I pray so."
Thank you, Grammy, Colleen. Actually, I've been feeling fine as far as possibly having COVID. I'm not doing so well tonight because of things to do with the kittens. It's been a bad day. But I came on to be here with friends tonight, so whew, I thought I was
That always
going to bed, so
helps.
sorry. Anyway, the kitten moved the cats. The cat moved the kittens off of our porch last night or yesterday, and it took her all day to get all of them. And we finally saw where she took them. And then today she's been on our porch almost all day long, and she's crying and she's looking like in the box to see if they're there. We don't know if something happened to all of them. She's gone back to where they were like 3 times, but didn't stay there very long. And then across the street, she kept going and looking next to their porch. And my husband finally went and looked, and there was one of them was there who didn't make it. So we don't know if it was sick, and she separated it from everybody. And that's why she moved the others, because from all the reading I've done and a friend who's worked with animals and stuff, she said sometimes if one of them passes, they will move it and then they will move the rest somewhere else.
Yeah.
Plus, it's hot outside. The box was getting cramped. We changed things for her for if she wanted to come back. Because my friend also said if once you change the environment and you make a bigger box and all that, if she sees that, she may bring them back. And she was acting this morning like she wanted help, like she was asking me for help, and she'd start walking and I'd follow her and she'd start walking towards where I knew she had them, but then she stopped. But then the big issue is it's behind a house that's owned by people we don't know. I've met them twice. Well, actually, I met them once.
Yeah.
Back when I saw on Mother's Day, I saw the cat got hit by a car. She's the one who helped with that. And when I went down there today to see if I could go behind the house and look under their deck, and the only reason I know they have a deck is because their neighbor saw the cat run behind with the kitten, and they were afraid that it had like a muskrat or something that they should be worried about being around. And I was like, no, that was her kitten, and because they were getting ready to follow her, and I was like, please don't follow her, we don't want to spook her, we don't want her to toss that kitten somewhere.
Yeah.
She's taking it to be with the others. And I said we didn't know if they had a deck, if maybe she was taken under the deck to be cool, and he said yes, they have a deck. So that's where we figured she went. But they won't let me go behind to look, because I guess the boyfriend owns the house and he had went to work already, and she was like, I can't allow you in the back because it's his property. So she didn't even offer to message him or anything to. So I know she went behind. She said she would look. She actually has COVID, so I had to make sure I put my mask on before I even knocked on the door. And I know she went back there because I was talking to my neighbor at the time he had come home to tell him that we had found one of the kittens there and that it was gone, and just to keep his eyes out in case he saw another one. And she had come from the backyard, but she never called me. She has my phone number. She never called. She never, nothing. So I don't know what's been found. So as I told Ambi earlier, I'm just going to leave it to God, and what is. But for whatever reason, every time I go out, like I just went out a minute ago because I heard something. I thought we had a baby raccoon or something on the porch, and trying to keep those away, and especially when the kittens were here. And she was almost all the way to the house where she had taken them yesterday, and she saw me and she came running back. So we're trying to leave her out there by herself so she can do what she needs to do, and we're hoping that we get a nice surprise in a week when they can start moving around and they're starting to follow her.
Yeah.
She brings them back. So, but it's not looking good. So I'm the most unprepared today, I'm sure, because I didn't get to look everything up like I was supposed to today. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to start while I can still talk.
Okay, I just want to say real quick that Grammy Colleen said hugs and happy loving energy to you.
Thank you, Grammy. Yeah, I had read it, but thank you. And I'm opening
Okay.
my wrong notes. Um, I am talking on the importance the importance of crafting and crocheting and knitting and everything. And basically, a lot of people say importance and benefits are the same things, but the area where they kind of differ is that there's also an importance in like the socio aspect. Thank you, Grammy. I'm glad to be here too. And hello,
Hello, Sandy.
um, the socio aspect, as in, let me try to get this right. Like other countries, underdeveloped countries and stuff, where the women get together and they craft and they sell their crafts in order to go to school, um, just make money in general. I know there's different direct sales companies that get crafted items that they sell to help some of these women go through school and college. There's some just regular school age girls who do things too to get through just regular school and then get them ready for college. Um, some people would say that planting and growing things is an art as well. So that we also a direct sales company that I had been working for, they they would get like coffee beans direct from the planters instead of the middleman, and then they made a plantation for them, and then they made a school on the plantation, and they would give them the things that they needed for the kids and stuff. And then sometimes with the jewelry and stuff, we'd see some of the jewelry that came from the crafting that they did there. um, so yeah, and then the other importance would be, if you think back to like the 1800s, if that's even the right time, back to like Laura Ingalls, um, the pioneer days. It was very important that you had your crafters who could like make clothing, make different things, towels, your sewers, your crafters, carpenters, who could make tables and furniture and all that kind of stuff. And then people would barter. So for the people who are growing food, they could barter with people, who are making things that they could have in their house. And that's how they all, yeah, they'd get paid, if they took things to a grocery store. But a lot of them in their own towns and with the people that they knew, they would sometimes had a bartering system. So if you think about it, if anything ever happened, and I hope it never does, but if we end up where our money's no good anymore, or there's not much around, like I already barter with people, we can always go back on our craft and barter so that we can get things that somebody else can do, and then they can get something from us that we can do. And crafting and crochet and knitting are always something that's needed, especially garment wise. But even if you look at kitchen items, and things, stuff that people need, if you know how to make stuff like that, you can always find a way, and hats and scarves and stuff that people need for the winter. So bartering is a big thing too of how it's important. So, and that's basically what I had, because I didn't get to look up the other thing I wanted to today. So I do apologize about that.
Oh, that's okay.
It's
That was
fine.
good. So, Kaylin, you want to go next?
Sure. I looked up the benefits of crafting, and of course, I closed the page, so I can't find the one that I was actually looking at. But what I found just now when I opened it so that I could have something to read, it basically says the same thing. There are health and mental benefits from crafting. You can improve your mood, whether like you're anxious or depressed. It also boosts your brain power because you are focused on what you're doing. It can increase hand-eye coordination. Um, then it goes into, let's see, what's this next one? Oh, that cat is meowing. I'm sorry. He he's outside. Let me read what this one says. That was what I just read was just an overall. Let's see. The the accomplished feeling will help you as well. You get satisfaction from starting the project till you finish it, so that you can just like sit back and enjoy it. That's what it says right there. That's the joy of it. Um, oh, he hears me talking, so he's trying to find me. Let's see. It can reduce your stress and irritability also. It can help with, it can, let's see, it says effective stress can cause a lot of harm, ranging from migraines to fatigue to heart failure and early memory loss, which I have the early memory loss. What do you want? Really? All that meowing for nothing, really. Come on, leave me alone. Um, Helps relieve and reduce stress and anxiety. I already said that. Um, which is proven to the reason is your body releases serotonin, which is your natural antidepressant. Um, Cognitive and impairment as you age, which has the with the memory loss part. And it says right here it can also help you sleep better. Can help with the grief process. Builds community and friendships. And then it tells you a whole bunch of other websites to check for mental health through crafting.
Okay. Good to know we can use them for helping us mentally and physically.
Right.
And I wanted to talk about how it's good for children and how the social aspect, it helps kids make friends. There's all kind of different groups like the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. I know people wouldn't think of crafting or art when they think of boys, but it is like learning how to do certain things like woodworking and um, even just knowing how to maybe make a trap for catching an animal. You could need that one day. That's an art to know how to do that, or a craft and different things, or how to make tools or whatever if we ever needed to. And then there's 4-H that does it, and that's, I guess, boys and girls go to 4-H. Um, and I know Aunt Jeanette did 4-H, and that's where she learned to crochet. So there's different groups that kids can get involved in, and it can be through school or not through school. It can be after school activities, or it can be like something for homeschool children, especially. It could be those two groups would be good for homeschool children because that'll give them the socialization that they need, and they'll get that crafting. They'll learn everything from how to garden to how to cross stitch and how to do macrame and make friendship bracelets. And but they will also be doing it together with other people, and they will have those friends, and it'll help them learn how to be around people and everything. And they may not always. I I know in the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts it's like age related, but I don't know if it's age related in 4-H, so it may teach kids how to interact with other ages of people and how to, and it also will help you deal with other. This is especially good for kids that are homeschooled, deal um, with learning how to deal with different groups of people, like different races, different ethnicities, different, I don't know, just different things like that you may not come in contact with on your daily in your daily life. And then it's also good um, for children for the confidence. It'll give you, like, if they do a project like it, or they paint a picture, or they do this or that, they and we're back. I'm sorry. At least on my StreamYard, it looked like we were, but I'm not sure. If
Yeah,
it
you
was
were
y'all, I'm
frozen.
sorry.
You were frozen on my end. So
I thought it was me.
Okay. Well, well, for me, all of us were gone and were buffering. So, um, this is what you get live.
Mm-hmm.
But and confidence is not just for kids. I'm confident. I feel good when I finish a project, or when I find the right colors or the right yarn or whatever. I'm like, oh, and
She's frozen again.
yep.
and everything for kids and everything. Even with adults, it'll help with your decision making, because you get that you can control decisions, and you can make good decisions. And then you learn, like, if you choose colors that go together really well and stuff, that'll make you confident in your decisions, because you'll know, okay, I can do this, I'm good at this. But also, if you have um you make a project thinking that colors are going to go together and they don't, then you'll know, okay, I made a mistake, and that's okay. I This didn't work out. That decision wasn't the greatest, but that's okay.
Right.
You learn
She's
way
frozen again.
and safe environment, whereas that is a building block for anybody, but for children especially, because they need to know that their decisions, even the small ones, can, even if it's wrong, it doesn't have to be the worst thing in the world. And
Right.
it gives them more confidence doing bigger decisions
Yeah.
and things. That was one thing I wanted to talk about. And then I also wanted to talk about how with crafting can make, you can tell your story, not just like, yeah, you can write a book and tell your story, craft, but and also like other crafts like singing and like acting and stuff. But another one, and I know when I went to the Holocaust Museum here in Georgia, that they had art quilts that, excuse me, that someone had depicted situation or what they went through, and I think they might have done some too. I'm not positive. It has been a few years since I've been, and so you can take that and tell your personal story, or you can tell like the story of your family or your community. Like there's just been different people that, and it also helps like either your family or your community come together and you can do both. Like I've seen people that like they'll have say their city was famous for something, or they're like people from Georgia say we're peanuts and peaches, peanuts and peaches. Well, I've seen people that sell stuff that they've back, stuff that they've cross stitched, stuff that they'll do like use fabric that has it, and that's another way of like, or they'll crochet stuff that's crochet or knit, like stuff with the colors, even just the colors, or like with you could make different things that are that like coasters and maybe a hat that has an applique on it that's a peach or different things, and that's representative of my state or of like if like a certain person that farms it in the state was to have those things, or maybe have other people do them and then they sell it or whatever. I'm trying to think a fundraiser,
I don't know.
and
Ambi,
that's something that's beneficial.
Ambi,
Yeah,
you
yes,
slow down just a little because you keep going in and out your connection. So you're getting excited, but we can't hear everything that you're saying because you'll say something and you're getting so excited and you're talking faster. Maybe if you slow down a little
okay.
bit, we can hear it a little better.
I'm sorry.
It's your
Okay.
connection. It's not you. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I get everything.
I understand.
So, um, yeah, um, it's been a day, but I'm when you're trying to, there's stuff like that, or there's things like people that live in the mountain, they may make things that, or people that live places that are cold, they may do stuff that has to do with snow or has to do with other things. They'll, that's, you can do things that have gone on in your life. Like some people have had children, so they start a children's clothing line, creating children's clothes or different. And that's another thing that I was thinking about is you can sell things that you've made, and that ties in with it can all tie in together. Like you can use it to help your community and to represent your community at the same time. And by selling stuff, you can make money. And so I think that that's a good thing you can do with crafts. And that's any kind of crafts. That's like anything from even gardening. People go to, I can't think of what it's called. It's farmers market. There we go. They go to farmers markets and sell their stuff. And people do take like woodworking stuff that they've made to even just farmers markets or like different places and things.
Hi, Terry.
And you could also make things for gifts to give people with any kind of, because who wouldn't love a handmade gift? So those are just a few of the things that I thought would be good. And it's like AJ was saying, it's something that if we ever needed to have it, you could not only do it and you could sell it. Because, like, back in when she was talking about the 1800s or whenever Laura Ingalls' time, or even like when, I know one part of can't think of the show, it has Claire and Jamie, Outlander. They were talking about how Claire doesn't knit or whatever, but she has to buy, she was telling people that she has to buy her stuff because she doesn't knit and everything. So, and back then it was more important that you had someone that could do that, that you could buy it from, because there wasn't like fast fashion of today, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't just run down to Walmart and grab warm clothing and stuff. You had to either know how to do it yourself or know somebody that would do it for you for free, or buy it from
Right.
a local person that would do it,
or barter for it.
or barter. Like she was saying, yeah, barter. Like if you, like she was saying, if you could make, if you were good at making a cake and they needed a cake, they might make you a hat and you make them a cake and swap.
Mhm.
Yep. And that's something that I've even seen today. I've seen, not today, but in our world in present times, I've seen on different things where people have, like, I don't know what it's, I guess just a swap or whatever, but they'll do like, and this isn't as much with crafting, but it's like you could do it with crafting. Like if you make clothing and then someone else, I don't know, they make notebooks or something, or, just different things you can take, and different people can swap things. But what they would do is take like clothes, and instead of having like a yard sale, they would have like a swap. You would just basically, they would bring the whole group, whoever the group was. I think one of them that I saw was like a church group, and they brought all the clothes that they wasn't using and everything together, and they just, anybody could pick, as long as you brought so many items, you could pick so many items from the others, and you can do that with crochet or with knitting or with a bunch of different kinds of crafters, like people that make soaps and make bath stuff and bath and body products, and then somebody that makes scarves and hats and that kind of stuff. Y'all get together and,
Mhm.
it's the same idea of a group swap
Right.
and everything. So that's just my little 2 cents. And Lori says that she's done it with the same craft. That's another thing that's very popular. She did. I've done yarn swaps with a couple of the ladies on different communities. Yeah, that's something that's real popular and all, is to swap within your own crafting community different things, and like, and supplies too. That's another thing that people swap as well, not just finished objects or finished products or whatever, but the things to do it. Like
Right.
like she was swapping yarn, and people swap stitch markers and things, or you can swap if you do paper crafting, like um stamps and uh um stickers and things like that. And that's another way to keep, especially if you're doing it in person, is another way to keep costs down and to get rid of things you may not want or need. So I'm sorry, I just rambled on, but
No, you were the finisher. You were very passionate about this week's subject, so that's why we were doing it tonight. So
Yep.
I'm sorry.
It's
But
there's
fine.
nothing to be sorry for.
There's
so
nothing to be sorry about.
I guess I'm done.
You had more than I did and more than Kaylin did, so there's nothing at all to be sorry for.
No.
We knew
Yeah.
that you were gonna, pick up our slack for tonight. So
I was worried that I wasn't because I forgot to write some of the stuff down, but it
I
just kind
figured
of
as you
came to
got
me.
talking about it, it would come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, she asked me for I'm the note taker and I usually write down what everybody's doing every week. And she asked me today, she was like, what is it that you took notes on for me? And I gave her two things because I told her, I said, you were just talking so quickly and so passionately about everything that I didn't get it all down and I just generalized it,
Yeah.
the
Right.
Yeah.
topics. So,
But I did write some stuff down. So
but yeah,
at least
like
I
you were
didn't use that.
saying about the social aspect and that, and especially like people who do homeschool, it is
What?
good because it helps the kids socialize. And
Yeah.
with 4-H, when you're asking about ages, I don't know. I mean, I know you had to join in certain age groups, but like the classes, like when you did, come on, baby. I know, mama's upset. Come on. When
No.
when you did like cooking, there was cooking 1, 2, and 3. So if somebody older was just joining 4-H and they wanted to do cooking, well, they could end up in a class with younger girls who were just starting out too. So you could have a different age range of people, and it was nice because you could get to know different people and not just people your own age.
Right.
Yeah.
When I talked about crocheting and when we would sit around, in a circle and crochet, it would be all the
Yeah.
different, it would be crochet 1, crochet 2, 3, and I specifically remember that about needlepoint because so many people were into needlepoint, and it started as plastic canvas, but then it got into the regular canvas needlepoint, and we had people from all of them sitting in the same circle, everybody chatting. We had those of us who were in group 1 and then people from 2 and 3, 4, all the way up to I think 5 and 6. So that was like my favorite night because I got to be immersed in so many people and see what I could possibly do in the future that I didn't know how to do, right now.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
Good evening, Knots Magic.
Yes. Good
Yes,
evening.
Hello.
Donna's done yarn swaps too. So have I. Actually, I just taped one. I did a yarn swap with Ella from No Catchy Name. I have to send her part of the swap, but I was delayed in that. So hopefully it'll get out this week. Well,
And I've
next
done
week. It's
yarn
already the
swaps.
end of this week almost.
Yeah. I've done swaps too. Of different kinds. I've done yarn swaps. Um, I've done swaps within the trying to think what it's called. The paper crafting community where we swapped just different, like I was saying, um stickers and stamps and stuff and little pieces of paper. So
Hmm. I
did that.
did when I was selling Jamberry. I was a part of a group where we swapped Jamberry products. Where
Cool.
if you got a nail wrap and you didn't like it, you could swap it with somebody else for one that you did, or people who only liked wearing like the smaller sizes of the whole, because you got like 10 different sized ones to fit on your hand, and you could always swap the other sizes that you didn't use to somebody who didn't use your size, and then you could get like accent nails for later on, to wear with something. So yeah,
Oh,
there's
that's
many
cool.
things you can swap.
Yeah. and It's Not Magic said, "Not magic equals Roberta." Well, hello, Roberta.
Hello, Roberta. One thing you
And
learn about me personally is I'm not good with names until I get to know you. So I usually
yeah,
say screen names all the time, but there are a few people I've gotten to know. Um, and really, a lot of that is through my video chat group that I have in my group. And we all get together and we crochet and talk and chat and laugh and cry or whatever is going on that day. And you get to know everybody. So that's how I know that Melfina is Donna and
yeah,
Nana's crochet things is in here too. Terry is in here because
yes.
she comes. So if anybody is ever, if you like to do those things, go ahead. You know, I have a group on Facebook, and that's how I got to know Ambi better and Kaylin, and that's how we got the group going. So,
That's right.
Yeah,
oh, baby. Lately, it's been later at night, but I can do earlier in the day if people tell me they want to come in.
yeah.
So, but
She
that's
said
thank you
it's
for letting us
okay.
know.
Yeah, she said just wanted to let y'all know.
I always like to know your real names. I just may not remember it. I just want to.
Yeah, same here.
I've always been better with faces than names.
Right.
Okay, but
Well,
you need to get comfortable.
Melfina would be Donna.
Mm-hmm.
That's her real name is Donna.
Hmm.
And then, like AJ was saying, Nana's crochet ideas is Terry.
Yeah,
So I don't get feelings hurt easy. LOL. Well, that's
that's
good.
good to know. Some people
Yeah,
do. Some
yeah,
people, once they tell you their name, they want you to remember it, and I just so that's why I tell people off the bat I have a bad memory when it comes to
yeah,
that.
yeah. So, well, I guess this was a quick one this week.
Does anybody have questions, or do you have
Yeah,
your own things about how crochet or knitting or any craft benefits you, or some kind of important thing that we've left out that you know about?
I do remember one thing that I forgot to say is how I know a lot of people, if they don't learn like AJ did from like a community place and the people teaching there, they might learn like I learned from my Nana. Uh, and it helps me to stay, keep them in memory. And I still have the needle, the crochet hook, not needle, and the crochet hook that my great great grandma gave my grandma when she taught her how to crochet. And then my great grandma, she crocheted. And so just every time I crochet, it makes me, I remember them and it just keeps it going for like I'm the current generation that's doing it and everything. So, and they've both passed on, and that makes me feel very connected to them, especially if I do something that I remember specifically my grandma teaching me, or that I saw in my great grandma's house had tons of stuff that was crocheted. She did everything from doilies to Afghans to um, some doll clothing and Barbie doll clothing and accessories, shawls, that kind of stuff. A little. Her sister did more, but yeah. So that was something. It keeps you connected to. other generations and to people in your family if they've taught you, or just whoever, like if it's a friend, family friend, or something. So,
I love that. I mean, I used to be upset because I didn't have, like, my mom didn't crochet, my grandma didn't crochet, that, I didn't learn it that way because it would have been nice to have that connection,
hmm
but it was also kind of neat learning it the way that I did as well, so
yeah,
there's pros and, there's pros to both. I'm not going to say and cons because I think they're just both a good way,
yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
So I want to read a few of the comments. Lori said, "Too many of us and one of you." So, and Rebecca, she said, "I have been here before, just not in a bit, taking a break from Tin Mermaids. My hand hurts." And then she said, "That's meat. I have my great, that's neat. I have my great great grandson's had passed by way of passed by way of each successive generation. Sorry, typing sucks. LOL. My finger is numb.
It's
Oh no.
okay. It's
It's
okay.
fine." And
Um,
then,
I call her Angel.
okay, Angel. Hello, Angel.
Hello,
I'm
welcome in.
sorry. I'm bad at pronouncing stuff.
I was just waiting to see what you came up with.
Well, she hesitated, so I figured I'd help her.
Welcome in, Samantha. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to say, did I remember it? I wanted to say something. You made me think of something. Oh, the one of the pros I got from the fact that my grandma didn't pass it on to me or my mother is that I can make things for them and then they love what I make them, and they can't make it for themselves. So
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is.
my mom knew how to crochet. She also knew how to knit, but she never did it because she didn't have a passion for it. Her passion was sewing. So
okay.
that's all I ever saw my mom ever do. So my mom was not the one that taught me how to crochet. My cousin actually taught me how to crochet. I was over there with
Cool.
her daughter who was in my class, and we were watching TV, and she brought out yarn and a hook and was crocheting, and I was watching her, and I was like, "What is that called?" And she said, "Crochet." And she didn't even get the whole sentence of "Do you want to learn?" out before I said yes. So she's the one who taught me how to crochet.
That's cool.
Awesome.
And then Lori says, "My grandma taught me to crochet 45 years ago, and I promised one of them I would learn to knit." Oh, my grandmas. So both of her grandmas taught her to crochet 45 years ago and promised one of them I would learn to knit. So I'm working on knitting. I hate the bamboo not being sharp tipped. I inherited her craft stuff. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi, everyone. Didn't get notified. It's YouTube. It happens, Kathy. But
yeah, it
hey,
happens. I actually didn't get notified either, and I was late today, but I was looking for it so I could watch the chat
Yeah,
as
I didn't
well.
either. So
But I didn't get a
yeah,
notification either.
I had to look it up so that I could make sure that I put it on live chat and not just top chat. And
Right.
yeah, it's crazy. YouTube is just, they'll unsubscribe you.
Hmm.
And my thing is, sometimes I don't even understand why it'll unsubscribe you. Um, okay. My dad's mom, my grandma, taught me to crochet at age 7, and that was 48 years ago. My grandma, my nana, taught me to crochet at 12, and I don't remember how long ago that was. That was 20 something years ago.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
I still
15.
say you're in your 20s. You're not as old as you think you are.
Everyone says I look young. I just think I look ugh. So that's just my opinion. But everybody's tougher on themselves. But I love hearing the stories of y'all, how y'all learned to crochet and
Mhm.
everything and all. And it's so neat that people have who have their grandma's stuff or have somebody's stuff. And like with Lori, her learning to knit because she told one of her grandmas she would learn. I love that. And what about said Donna, Kaylin, what she was saying about her mama sewing, my granny, who was my great great grandma, no, my great grandma, I can't remember who everybody is, but she was somehow related to me. She knitted, she worked for Playtex, and so she knitted, she sewed, there we go, she sewed because she worked for Playtex, so that I don't know if I I don't know if she went to work there and learned on the job training or she knew how before and then did it, but she made me a small quilt when I was a baby.
Let's see.
So
And
I
my
still
aunt
have
sewed.
that.
My aunt sewed, and right now I have right here a piece of her behind me.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
What?
So,
I still have the baby slash child size quilt that she made me that had baby animals on it, how they used to paint them on a panel. She learned how to do the
oh,
painting
cool.
figures on the cloth panel.
Oh,
And
that is cool.
still have that. I actually brought my daughter home from the hospital wrapped in that when she came home.
That's cool. Rebecca says, my brain says 20, but then I try to do what I did today and my hand reminds me I'm 70.
Yeah. Believe me, I
Yep,
after traipsing around trying to find kittens today, my body has worn out.
yep.
But those of you who have missed the story, I'm not going to say it over again, but if you go and watch the replay, you can
Yes,
hear what that's about if you want to. You don't have to, but
yep,
just if you do and you watch it, please say some prayers that the kitties are okay. That's all I
yes,
keep praying.
yes. And Miss Caitlin is back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to change directions and turn the light on. That's why I
Oh, that's fine.
turned the camera
It's
off.
fine.
Paint pens, I remember those. Yeah, I don't know if it was paint pens or what she used for them because I don't know. When I feel it, I was little, so that was back in I was born 69, so she would have given it to me in the 70s. It has a weird, feel to it when I rub my fingers over it. So, um, with the kitties, like I said, I talked about it at the beginning, and I'm afraid if I talk about it again right now, I'll start crying again. So, if you want to know what happened with the kitties, if you wouldn't mind watching the replay, it's just been a day. In a nutshell, we had an outdoor cat that we've been taking care of, and we've been trying to get her and a couple of the boys around here fixed with a program for that helps with feral cats, even though they're not all 100% feral. And she ended up getting pregnant. She had kittens. She had them right outside my husband's window, and we didn't even know it. We just knew the day she had them because we couldn't find her. She moved them up onto our porch, and then we got her a bigger box, and she was doing fine. And then all of a sudden, she decided to move them yesterday. And today, she's been on our porch. She doesn't want to leave. She has left 3 times to go back where we saw her take them, but she hasn't stayed very long. And I don't know now since I've been inside if she has or not. But we found one of the kittens across the road where she kept going to, and it didn't make it. So we don't know if she separated it from the rest and if the rest are okay. But the people who have the house that they're behind won't let me go and check. The girlfriend is home. She said it's her boyfriend's house, so she can't give me permission without asking him. And he was at work tonight, so and she wouldn't even message him or anything to see if it was okay. I know she went back and looked, but she hasn't called me or messaged me to tell me if she found anything. And I keep trying to get the kitty to go and take care of her babies. And so we really think something happened because she was with them 24/7 before she moved them yesterday. So, oh, baby. And my baby here, who is my co host on my channel, if you guys have not seen my channel, she comes on a lot. Her name is Kulua. She knows mama's not feeling good and she's just trying to make me feel better. I think
Yeah.
she's been more vocal and anxious since the day they were born. So I think she knew that they were born too and that she knows stuff is going on outside. I'm sure she smelled the mama on me and the kittens because the mama she basically asked us to help her move them when she moved them onto the porch. It was raining and she just looked at my husband and I like, please help. So and I think she was doing that to me today, but I can't get into the backyard as I said, so I can't help her. Thank you, Kathy.
And I would like to say hey to Margie's Crafty Corner.
Hello, Margie.
Hey,
Welcome
Margie.
in.
Yes, thank you,
So
Kathy.
when I'm down, this is my shirt that I usually wear. It says beautiful dreamer, but I just like that it says beautiful on the top.
Yeah.
And it's got
Cool.
Snow White. So that's why I'm kind of dressed a little down today because
You look fine.
thanks.
I mean, all I got on is a gray shirt. So,
I have on my Auburn shirt
oh,
because War Eagle.
yeah, War Eagle. But I'm usually go dogs. My sister
Yeah,
and
but
my dad are War Eagle, and my mom is War Eagle. And what is the other thing you're supposed to say for Alabama? Um,
I don't say that word. It's dirty words.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, my mom grew up in a family. She lived in Alabama, so they were very into it, and they still are.
Yeah.
So it was bred into her from birth.
thank you, Lori.
Sandy's saying Roll Tide, and she also said Go Dogs.
I don't say that,
Yeah.
RT. They bad words.
We're not very in my family. We're not very into sports and stuff. We just like it, the fun of it, and we like the merchandise.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't watch games or nothing,
I do. We
but
watch football.
sometimes I do sometimes, but usually it's only Super Bowl.
Right.
So
I watch some college football. Of course, living close to Notre Dame, you kind of need to. But I get more into the women's basketball program at Notre Dame and the softball program. But I don't get to go see the games anymore. So, um,
cool.
Kathy, I'm working on a baby blanket. I've shown it on my channel before. I've been working on this for like a year and a half. And I'm a row and this little bit from being done. I may add an extra row onto it, but yeah, here's the front. It's got diagonal chains here,
Cool.
and then
I think it's beautiful.
It's pretty.
it's got these here too, and I can't think of the name of them. I'm blanking on it again, just like last night when I was trying to tell Ambi what
Um,
these were. But
what did you cables?
yes,
Twisted, was it
cables.
twisted cables or something?
Yeah, these are twisted cables. I do not like doing them. They take very long. And these chain cables on here, I can't tell you how many times I frogged to get it right. So hopefully my niece, who I was making it for her daughter, who is now, instead of a baby, is like, she just turned 2, I think. Hopefully they'll still like it. So,
Cool.
Sandy, I used to visit Notre Dame every summer. Well, if you come back to visit, you'll have to let me know and maybe we can hook up. Thank
And
you. It's not magic. See, I already forgot your name. Is it Roberta?
Yes,
Re-
Roberta.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Roberta. I was saying Rebecca. Oh goodness. See, I'm not good either. She said that's funny. Around here, it's rough during March. I went to Zinc State. Daughter went to Duke, and son went to UNC. Okay, I'm not sure what UNC is or Zinc State. I've never
you.
heard of either one
University
of
of
those.
North Carolina.
Okay, University of North Carolina. Okay. And Lori said, my in laws are from Alabama, and my hubby is a Louisiana fan, which makes for interesting Thanksgiving dinner. I say to them, I don't care, just give me yarn.
I know that's right.
Love it. Love it. That great answer.
Yeah, I had somebody who wanted me to make her some hats and like all the different college teams' colors and stuff. And I tell you, I did. I tried to find the colors online and I could not find them because I was getting a whole bunch of other stuff than what she told me she wanted. I couldn't find the right teams. I don't know if they're like a different state team and not the main one or whatever. So finally I told her, I said, you know what? You buy the yarn, and if you want me to make it, you buy the yarn, send it to me, and I'll make whatever you want
Yeah.
with colors that you want. But I didn't want to go and buy like purple and yellow and have it need to be like a deep dark purple and a gold, So I'm
Yeah.
Right.
just like, the teams, what colors you need. Just send me the yarn and I'll tell you what kind is good to get. I'll give you 3 or 4 different types to choose from. Just send it to me
Yeah.
and I'll make whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah. So it is University of North Carolina.
Yeah,
So
I knew that.
I did. So and then Margie's Crafty Corner is from California, or she's in California, and Kathy is in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
That's cool.
It's always so cool getting to know each other.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know we're having fun with the games and stuff, but back to the theme of the show. Does anybody have from our audience out there have any benefits or my brain went importance of crafting that we didn't think of? Just wondering, because if you do and it's something we hadn't talked about, I'd really like to know what it is. If not,
Yeah.
we can just chat. That's
Or
fine.
what is it that you benefit from crocheting
Yeah.
or crafting, whatever you do?
Right.
Yeah.
What do you personally get out of it?
Yeah. Because we want to know about you as much
Yeah.
as you want to know about us.
Yeah. I always want to get to know the people who are on my channel or watching, and
Yep.
I'm very big on that. And
Yep.
Ambi, remind me, I need to help you get your Nightbot set up.
Yes, I do. I need to work on that. I just never really thought about it. It keeps me from panic attacks. Oh, that's a good one.
It's a
Yeah,
very good one.
anxiety.
Yeah.
It helped me a
Yep.
lot with depression and anxiety.
Yep. Sad though, I can't go into the stores.
Yeah,
Well,
that's sad
that's
for me too. I can't go in because of being disabled, so I can't drive. But every once in a
but
while, my husband is nice and will take me.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a good thing we have online.
Yeah, and then it's a good thing that we have people like Bagaday who like goes through and tells us how it feels to her and what it smells like and everything about it that you can think of.
Yep. So Margie said, for me, crafting helps me to relax because I have anxiety. In
Hmm.
5 more weeks, I will be retired and will be able to do my crocheting and paper craft full time.
Oh,
Cool.
congratulations.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. And Kathy, relaxation and just complete joy, especially since I couldn't crochet for 5 weeks.
Oh,
Mm,
I'm so
yeah, she
glad
had a
that you
broken
are back.
hand.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I think she broke
And
her hand, right?
yeah, her finger, I think.
Yeah.
yes.
And then you missed, Donna had said, my daughter's in North Carolina. Since I first started having neck issues, it's the only thing I was able to do for 2 years. Crochet kept me from frustration and stress.
Good.
Yeah, and then Lori said, I've become friends with the Mississippi Wounded Warriors director, and they are asking me to teach the TBI, not sure what that is, TBI warriors to crochet to keep them calm.
Cool.
That's
Awesome.
cool. That is awesome. And
I would
then
love
Kathy
being able to do
said,
something like that here. Oh, that's right. It was your wrist because I told you
yeah,
about my having fracturing my wrist and how I still have issues with it. And they told me if it would have been a clean break, it would have been better. I remember that now. So we were
yeah,
both wrong.
yeah,
I knew it was something to do with her hand because I told her about Donna Wolf at Nastasia showing how to use a Tunisian hook underneath the other arm and crocheting
Uh-huh.
one handed.
I remember when you told her that.
that's cool.
I think that was on one of our TBAs
I think it
or
was.
TBAs. I can't even. One of our AK.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Laura said that TBI means traumatic brain injury. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Well, see, one of the main reasons I had almost given up crochet and I decided not to was after I found out that I was HIV positive. I'd read an article about how crochet helped women who were HIV positive keep from getting dementia
Oh,
because there are so many different things that you can get um, that can happen when you're HIV positive that can cause dementia. So I was like, okay, I'll crochet every day if I need to keep
right.
that away.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
then when I had my car accident and everything, it was like, okay, help me with my pain and my stress and everything. So
yeah,
I was very glad I picked, I mean, I wasn't going to totally give it up, but I wasn't going to work on it as much as I did because I had so much going on. And then I was like, nope, got to work,
Right.
yeah.
got to
And
keep going.
it's just good to have something to keep your. It's like if you, I've come to figure out that if you have your hands doing something, it's gonna clear your mind a little.
Yes. And another thing that it helps for those who want to be losing weight, it helps you from grabbing the snacks that you shouldn't be eating because you're working on something and you don't
Now,
want to get it
if I'm
dirty.
feeling snacky, I'll set my crochet down.
Well,
Well,
once you
the
get
the
once I
way,
get to a certain point, yes, I will. But if I'm sitting here and I'm a little bit hungry and where I normally would be watching TV and I'd be snacking on something I shouldn't have been snacking on, if I'm working on my crochet, I'm not thinking about how I used to be eating during that time because I'd be
Right.
watching TV.
One
So,
thing that helps me is like having gum while I'm crocheting.
mm-hmm.
I swallow gum.
Like,
I do. It don't matter what flavor it is. It don't matter if it's minty. I will chew it for about 10 minutes and it's gone.
God.
Well,
Well,
since
for
my
me, it works.
surgery, I can't do that. So I
It's
have to be
good for
very
me
careful.
to it helps me because I'm also using my mouth, which I would be if I was eating, and then I'm
Right.
using my hands too, so I can't physically, I'm doing something, so I can't get up and go do it. So, Roberta, was that her name?
Uh-huh.
Said it's a great feeling when you complete something and you feel like you created something.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
Amen.
is.
Hmm.
And Kathy said she gained 5 pounds not crocheting. I believe it. Totally believe it. Yep.
I saw a meme one time going back to what Roberta had said. When you create something, there was a girl. She was holding up her crochet, and she's like, "To anyone who will look at my crochet," and that's what made every time I finish something, that's what I'm doing all the time. I'm like, "Ooh, look what I did!" So that's
Yep.
the satisfaction I get out of it.
Yep. I love
Yep.
it. Lori says, yes, December 2020, I had a gastric bypass and crochet has kept my head hunger down. Yes, exactly. I had my first one in August of 2003, and then my second one was in April of 2012. So, and then it was reversed, but he still made it where my stomach is little. He said
Yeah,
if somebody cut me open, it would look like a snowman. So it looks like it's permanently banded. And I mean, I have days where I have to force myself to eat because I don't get hungry. Then I have other days that I'm just ravenous and I feel like I want to eat all day long. And it's because of the lack of protein that I had had for so long.
yeah.
He says
Um,
she can't chew gum and
Roberta,
crochet too. Who are you referring to on that one?
Me, because I can't
You?
chew gum, I swallow it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I'm telling you, the fruitier it tastes, though, the faster I chew it and swallow it. Because I don't. I never did it when I
um,
was a kid. I've only done it since I've been an adult. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 10 minutes after having a piece in my mouth, I'm gonna swallow it.
That's funny. I used to swallow mine when I was younger, but I chewed it for a
yeah.
lot longer than 10 minutes.
Well, my cousin, when she was really little, like 2 or 3, maybe not that little, maybe 3, 4, she would chew gum, and we would only give her a little bit, like maybe half a stick, if that, and she would still think it was candy or something.
Hmm.
So then one time we gave her some that wasn't as sweet, and she just had this look on her face like it was didn't taste good, and she spit it back out. So, well, we've been on here for over an hour now. So, does anybody have any last things they'd like to ask or like to share with us or anything before we have to get going?
You know,
Anything
and
y'all would?
and I'm thinking just because of the mood that I'm in, I'm probably going to open up my room. So if anybody is interested, you can go on Facebook and join AJ's Personal Touch group, and it should send out a notification when I open it. Doesn't mean that it will. Facebook is as bad as YouTube, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm thinking that I will be opening it because I can use some friends. I'm going to be saving patterns and things. I'm not just going to be crocheting, but They're used to me doing that by now. I say patterns and I still chat and talk while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Donna had hers
Mhm.
really relatively soon ago. I can't in the near past. Um, she had
last year,
gastric sleeve done April 2021, so not too long
yep.
ago. Yeah.
Roberta said y'all were fun. This old lady has got to get some sleep.
Well, okay.
I
Well,
understand the feeling, and I will be going to bed earlier tonight. I am not going to be left alone in the room with Amby. For those
yeah,
of
I
you
talk
who
too
don't know,
much.
Amby does not talk that much in the room with everybody around. But if she's left in there alone with like me and somebody else that she knows a little better, she just talks. And her and I ended up being up till 5 a.m. this morning. I was
Oh
just like,
no.
Yeah,
it's time. And
I'm
I said I
bad.
was going to bed like minutes after Donna left last night because I was exhausted. And I just
Yeah,
get rejuvenated because Amby, as you saw earlier, she just, when she's talking about stuff that she's passionate about, she just
Talks away.
lights up. And you see a
yeah.
side of it you don't get to see all the time. So
If I'd have known y'all were still on there at 3 o'clock this morning, no, I was half asleep. 3 o'clock this morning, I woke up with the toe cramp. I walked to the bathroom to try to get it out, and I looked at my phone and I saw it. The room. I said, "The room? Are they still in there?" I said, "I'm not getting in there. I'm going back to sleep."
yep, we were still in
Yeah.
there.
Oh my goodness.
We are not
We're
usually in
bad.
there that late.
I
So
know. That's
No,
why when I still
just
saw it up
every
there, I
once in a
thought,
while.
usually my fault.
It's not your fault. I told you that. It's just we get into some really good conversations and I just enjoy it. So,
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, and Donna said she's down 100 pounds from her highest weight.
awesome.
yes, I'm
That's
so
cool.
proud of her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I ended up with so many feeding tubes and stuff with all of my problems with my chronic pancreatitis. I had been down to my lowest was 201 pounds, and I was like feeling the 100s, and I was going to get down there, and then they had to put a feeding tube in me, and within weeks, I was up like 30 pounds and then 60 pounds a couple weeks later. And
Mm,
I keep on working on it now that I haven't been on it, but it's really hard because I've also haven't been able to eat proteins the way that I'm supposed to. So that makes it even that much harder.
right.
Mm.
But I'm working on it,
Yep. That's all we can do. We
just
just
like
work
I'm
on it.
working away at this here Afghan that I'm just now getting ready to do the last little curvy cable.
Ooh.
It'll be my last one of the whole thing. I'm just so excited. I do not like these curvy cables. I do not. I do not like green eggs and ham. Sam, I do not like these curvy cables. No, I don't. Oh, which reminds me, look on my channel soon. I'm gonna do that challenge of the what things in crochet people don't like or whatever, but things that you like that other people don't like. I can't remember what the actual name is.
Unpopular opinion or something like that.
Yeah, unpopular crochet techniques or something. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah,
Lori,
be doing that. Robin said she was going to tag me and then she forgot to, and so I told her. I said, "I'll just pretend that you tagged me like you said you were going to on my live."
yeah. Lori said she still drinks her protein shakes.
Yep, I'm back to. I have to drink like 3 of them a day, 3 to 4 of them a day. Plus, I add bone broth and almost everything I can add it to.
Okay.
I wouldn't even repeat what.
Nope. Mm-mm. Not at all.
Don't say it.
Anyways, let me tell y'all real quick before I forget. On my website, there is a surprise for crocheters. So if you'll go to my website, it is in my description box and my about page, but it's casecrochethaven.com and you'll find it. You
And
just
it's
gotta
a
look
nice
through all the pages.
surprise.
Yes, it's a surprise.
And I used to freeze. I would get the coffee protein drinks, and I'd freeze those. Those were really good as a popsicle.
Oh,
Trying to
cool.
see, am I? Yes, I'm a mod. I forgot I was a mod, and I just opened.
I'm not, or I
Did
would
you
have
do
already done
anything
something.
else?
Oh, um,
Excuse me, but I don't think so. I didn't read some of the stuff he said earlier.
he said some stuff earlier.
Yeah, that I didn't see it was on here. He used the B word about me. He said I have three chins.
What?
Um,
I
okay,
don't
that's
see
not
any of it.
showing up on my thing on here.
Delete and block.
Yeah,
Yes.
I blocked him, but it's not showing. That doesn't show up on my I'm looking on StreamYard though.
Yeah, it didn't show up on my StreamYard. I didn't realize he said that until I was reading it on. I picked up and saw the
YouTube.
YouTube
You're welcome, Kathy.
that he had been on here longer than I thought that he was.
Well, I'm not a moderator, or I would have already done something.
I forgot that I don't even know if I
I
am, but it says
forgot to make you a
I
moderator.
could delete his comments, so I must be. It doesn't show me with whatchamacallit, the wrench. So, or
Oh,
actually
well,
it
maybe I
does.
haven't made y'all mods
When I
yet.
when I said hi Lori, I have the wrench, so that's why I was able to hide some of his chat. But Amby had gotten to some of it before then. So
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how to get rid of him
But
though, and Amby did that. So
Well,
yeah.
whenever that happens, just ignore. Don't even read what they've written. Just ignore them and block them.
yes, and if you have the three dots
Yeah.
and you can report them, report them.
Oh, you can report them without
Everybody
being a
can
mod.
report them without being a mod. Everybody can report the person. So, but since his messages have been deleted, I don't know if you can do it now, but
I did it anyways.
Okay.
so sorry about that. We've never had any issues with that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
didn't know I was deemed worthy to have a troll or whatever he would be called.
so
People don't realize trolls are ugly. When you read about them in stories, they're ugly. Why would you
Mm,
want to be a troll?
yeah.
because they're already ugly and they don't think that they are ugly because
I
they think
guess.
they look like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That's why they're a
Donna,
troll.
just click on his name and it should come up.
Yeah. So
So anyway, sorry about that, guys, and I will help her get Nightbot taken care of, and
yes.
I'll help her get Kaylin on as a mod. Which say something, Kaylin, and she can add you.
I have to. I don't know if I can. I'm on my phone, and I don't have YouTube pulled up, so I don't
You
know
can
if
do
I'll
it
be
in
able
the
to
YouTube
do.
settings afterwards. You don't
I
have to
can
do it.
help her do it in the YouTube settings. So
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get all my stuff straightened out sooner or later. And I
and
am very
I
sorry for this
Donna,
whole
would you
thing.
want to be a mod for her as well? Because I know you helped me out that one night, and sometimes you're on here too.
Yeah,
So
and I am truly sorry about that.
oh, you can't help that. They know that. They know we're all sorry about it, but we can't help it when you get a rude
But
person about that, and especially some of the stuff he was saying. That's why I told you to stop because I knew exactly what he was talking about. So
Hmm.
Okay, I wasn't even paying no really much attention. I just saw that it was that, and I was like, "What?" It took
Yeah.
me a minute to get it, so sometimes
Anyway,
it takes me a minute. So yeah,
anyway, you guys have a great night. Donna, you can let me know if you want to be a mod for if
yeah,
you wouldn't mind for Ambi too. And
yep,
guys, try and have a good night. And if you want to jump on over to Facebook, I will open up the room. And
yep,
I'm not ready
and
to be alone yet tonight. So
just happy crafting and bye
oh,
I,
what the next time we will be on will be in 2 weeks
on
on a Wednesday at 8 o'clock
yes,
on Miss
Kaylin's channel.
Caitlyn's channel. And we
I
will
Okay.
tell you what we're
recommend.
doing, but we don't know what we're doing yet. So
No,
my Facebook
okay.
is AJ's Personal Touch, and it's a group. I have a group and a personal page or a business page. So the group has my logo on it, which is a cat, and it says AJ's Personal Touch with butterflies, and it's got yellow behind it.
It's
So
Yeah.
really cute.
group because the other one has my logo too, but it doesn't have the yellow behind it. So actually, I think it's got a picture of me on that one. I don't know, but you can see on the group, you can see my logo with yellow behind it.
Yes.
So
Did you read what Lori said? It's not your
yes,
fault
it's
to
not
be,
your
or it's not
sorry.
yours to be sorry for someone else's rudeness. I
If
totally
you were
agree.
Well,
rude,
I
then you could
do.
say you're sorry, but he was the one who was, or it. It could
Yeah.
have been a she for all we know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and with that, have a great night, everybody. It was great
and
seeing you guys, and thank you for
yep, it
helping
was
cheer
great.
me up. It is much appreciated.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you for there being so many of y'all on my channel. There's usually not that many people on my channel, so
And
thanks. I'm truly grateful for y'all.
thanks for
Thank
the
you.
prayers for the kitties. And
Yeah.
I'll
Good
try to
night.
update you guys later. So, night.
Yep.
Bye.
Night.